What's up, my little shadows? It's me again, the Shadow Reader here today. And I've got another serious video for you guys today. Probably gonna consider doing a lot more of these, but I guess you could probably say this is another concept of my life in general. I don't know if this one's really gonna be as long as the first one that I did, talking about my stepfather and the abuse and everything that I went through, but I am going to be discussing something that has been plaguing me for pretty much my entire life in a lot of ways. And that's the concept of feeling absolutely useless. Now, here's what I'm going to sit there and say along this manner. For the longest time in my life, I've always felt like I'm nothing else more but a useless human being. Basically, a parasite in of its own self that sucks the air and steals it away from other individuals who probably, have better things and better life to ultimately do. And, that might sound a little bit freaky in a sense, but it is true. I mean, I felt worthless on a lot of different kind of things. I mean, hell, even later on in life when things got better, I still felt genuinely worthless in one way or another. And I will admit that's affected me in a lot of negative kind of ways. I mean, the main reason why I ultimately feel useless is because of a few things. And this first topic ultimately is I can't do a whole lot. Like, I'm not saying, play the guitar and do all those other things. No, 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 no. I'm talking along the lines of, well, I'm basically talking about, smarts in a sense. I am not a smart person. You may not agree with me on that one, but I am going to assure you all right here and right now I am not the most intelligent kind of person out there. I am far from intelligent. I'm actually a flat-out dumbass a good portion of the time. And, like I said, you might disagree, but trust me, I guarantee if you were to see me in my daily life, you would fully agree after that. I mean, I do a lot of stupid stuff. Like, flat out, ridiculously fucking stupid kind of things. Like, continuously, doing, things like, going, or something like that. Saying extremely stupid phrases. And basically just genuinely acting like a full-on retard in more ways than one. I mean, hell, look at my fucking channel and you should know that I've dedicated some of my time on some things that are genuinely what the fuck kind of thing. I mean, all these cartoon stories and everything. I mean, I've always had a thing with that. But the main thing though is that I myself personally don't know. I mean, I think I might finally know what I need to do in my life, what I should do in my life, but even then, I'm not completely knowledgeable on what that is. And that's another thing, too, that, focuses in on the stupidity kind of aspect about myself. I don't know what the fuck I want to do with it. I mean, even as of right now, I'm sitting here on my computer, recording this video right now, with my mic set on and everything, and even though I've gotten so far up, so to speak, on the YouTube spectrum and everything else, I still don't know what in the world my purpose is in life. I mean, I thought I knew, but I can't say for a full-on fact what I should be doing with my life. I know I've said I wanted to be a producer, and I know I said I wanted to sit there and, write the Backyardigans unaired backyard adventure kind of thing, make a reboot of it and be successful with it, but let's be completely honest here, people. I don't know if it will ever happen. Mostly because of the fact that when it comes to me in schooling, I got a problem with it. And I've already talked about my whole thing with my stepdad and how he fucked me up mentally. And you should already know that that's affected me in a lot of different ways, especially in, real life and things like that. I mean, interviews, things like job applications and things like that. I mean, I have to be completely honest here. It's fucked me up. It's messed me up in more ways. I am not an extremely well functioning human being. I'm just not. Um, I'm the kind of person that, like I said, I say the stupidest things at times. And I get it that sometimes we do this, but I do it a lot more than, what is supposed to be, done on average for a human person, I guess. And I don't even do it to be funny. It just happens. I mean, another thing in general is, but yeah, I mean, getting back to what I'm saying, the reason why I mentioned the whole thing with my stepdad is because school. Um, like I said, I am not the most intelligent person out there. I'm good with memory to an extent, which is why I was able to pass high school. But actually, getting something out of like learning things, it's very difficult for me. In fact, I actually remember being in special ed classes for the longest time in my life. I think I stopped going to special ed when I got around into, I think it was probably sixth grade, I think. Maybe sixth grade. It was around that time, I think, that I finally managed to get out of special ed classes and into actual regular classes. But the main reason being is I have a learning impediment. I still do. I still have it. I mean, I still have this impediment. I can't focus properly. I mean, hell, even now, this impediment still affects me in a lot of ways. Because even now, even though I have YouTube and even though I have my channel and everything, I'm not able to focus on it entirely. I mean, there have been times where I've literally just have no motivation to make videos, but I force myself to make them anyway. I mean, but that's just an example. But with school, though, like I said, I've had all these issues with, learning and things like that. And when we went to seminary, this was especially the case. I couldn't say anything because I had that issue with me. Like when people ask me all these questions, I freeze up. I can't talk. Especially if I'm being interrogated, I can't fucking talk. I just can't do it. It's not something I'm able to do on a personal level. It's a problem for me, people. And who's to say that won't be the case when it comes to if I ever go to college? And I know that college and other thing like that are pretty much ripoffs. You're sitting there and paying for debt that you can probably never pay off. You're sitting there and wasting your time in a place that's supposed to help educate you for the real world, but it really doesn't. And even when you finally leave and you have that degree, you're not likely to even be able to get yourself an actual job. There are rare occasions where you're able to do that. But even then, though, take in consideration of that. And this isn't just with me, it's with everybody else, too. How in the world am I even going to be able to get myself a job, if I work this way through? And who's to say that Nickelodeon and any other company wouldn't reject my idea? If I get rejected for the reboot ideas that I might have, what in the world else am I gonna do? It's difficult, people. It truly is extremely fucked up and difficult. I've already made a mention. I've never even been able to get a real job. And it's not the fact that I'm lazy. I've already made a mention of that. I'm not a lazy person. You give me a job to do, I will fulfill it entirely. I'm the kind of person that, you give me something and I'll do it. Even if it's difficult, I'll still try and get it done to the best of my ability. But unfortunately, though, this has never been the case for me. The only time I've ever been able to work was with my dad, but even then, though, that job didn't even count because I was working really under my dad, and that's it. I can't put those, construction times and everything that I've worked on a resume or even an application because they wouldn't count it. So I'm literally a 22-year-old man who actually has no real actual work experience, even with fast food or any other places. And I've applied to many places in the past. And, I've applied to like so many different places, like almost a few hundred, actually. Most of them repeatedly, to try and see what I could do to get this job. But as of right now, I've given up on that. I've completely given up on the idea of doing applications because I don't see the point of it anymore. I mean, I'm going to get rejected, and this plays into the whole concept of me feeling absolutely useless. I felt so useless whenever I was never able to get a job when I was living with my dad. I felt worthless and like a piece of garbage because I couldn't do anything to sit there and earn the money that I should have been earning due to societal things. And having to be continuously lectured about the fact that, my dad was like, he started working when he was 15 and everything, and he got a great job and everything. I mean, I'm not him though. That's the problem. I'm not him. I don't have that kind of motivation in a sense. And I've been lectured so much and yelled at even then because of the fact that I'm not able to do these things. And that breaks me, people. That hurts. It hurt me in more ways than one. Which is probably the reason why I felt suicidal at periods of time. It wasn't just solely with my stepdad, it was even outside of that, where I felt like killing myself. And it's a problem. It truly is a major problem here, people. Because I don't like the idea of feeling useless. Which is why I try and dedicate as much time as I'm able to with YouTube. Which is why I try and push out as many videos as I'm able to, because I don't want to lose, the money that I've earned. And I know that money is not everything, but still, for me, it just shows that I'm doing better and that I'm not worthless as a person. That's why I tend to freak out sometimes when I'm not earning as much as I should be. I mean, I know it's an irrational kind of fear in a sense, but even then, though, it's just, I don't want to sit there and feel worthless. I don't want to feel like I'm not contributing enough. I don't want to feel as though I'm not doing what I should be doing, even though I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, it scares me. It truly does terrify me. And with YouTube and everything, this has literally been the only kind of job I've been able to get. I know I've said that a lot, but it's true. But unfortunately, if YouTube ever goes kaput, what am I going to do? I can't work because I'm not able to work. I don't have any prior job experience, and thus I will be completely underqualified, and thus I won't even be able to get a job. Not even working at a crappy fast food restaurant. Because unfortunately, if you haven't been able to work, then, they're going to think that you're lazy. That you're a lazy person, and why should they hire you because of it? Unfortunately for me, even though I am not a lazy person, I have procrastinated in the past, I will admit that, but I am not a lazy person. I do whatever I possibly can to make sure everything works out fine. I mean, but that's always been a fear of mine, is being useless. I don't ever want to be a useless person. And it's another reason why I myself am afraid of going out and dating. Because I don't want anything to sit there and be put on the shoulders of somebody else. I mean, here's another thing with me, people. And I'm going to be frank here. My brain in and of its own self, I'm not going to say it's different, because that would be really stupid to say. But my brain doesn't exactly mature that quickly. Maybe it's because of the fact that I was born extremely early, and that I just didn't have the opportunity to properly grow. Maybe that might also be the case. Maybe it might have been the physical abuse that my dad gave to my mom when she was pregnant. Maybe that might have been the case, but I don't mature as easily as others do. In fact, I even remember being told that I had the mentality of a 13-year-old when I was like 16 or 17. And it's true. I do have that mentality. It's not that I choose to have that mentality. I don't choose this kind of thing. I don't like the fact that I have the mentality of a young child. I hate that mentality. I fucking hate it. I hate that my maturity cannot grow more. I mean, that also plays into a reason why it's difficult for me to learn things. Because my mentality is not matured enough to sit there and be able to focus on these things. I've never been that kind of person to sit there and, I don't know, be able to figure this stuff out when I should be. I know that I'm still technically kind of a young adult. I'm 22, but still though, very, very much still. What the hell am I going to do with my life? I mean, I've never been a pampered kind of person, but I have had to have a lot of help because I can't seem to do things on my own at times. Hell, even now, even though I'm a 22-year-old fucking man, I have extreme difficulty going up and doing the simplest of things. I mean, it's kind of grown out a little bit, but still, I have the hugest issue unless I have somebody there to help me out. Because, especially if I don't know what the fuck I'm even gonna do. And that's extremely sad. It truly is sad for me. Because I shouldn't have that mentality. I shouldn't be that kind of person. I should be easily going up there and doing that easily with no problem whatsoever, yet I have issues with it. That also leads me as well to the whole aspect that I can't fucking talk to people. It's difficult for me to talk with people. Which is probably another reason why I've never been able to get a proper job. It's difficult for me to talk with people. And not just that, I don't like people. I mean, I know that might sound kind of shocking, but I honestly don't care for some people. In fact, I like the idea of being alone, but at the same time, I don't. It's like right now, I am home alone. I am on my own at this point. I can do whatever it is that I want to sit there and do, provided that I don't burn the house down or destroy it or anything, which I will never do. I love that feeling. I love the feeling of me sitting there and being, independent in a sense. But there's another thing. I also hate being alone. I love it and I hate it. I love the fact that I have the peace and quiet that I want, that I'm able to do the things that I want to do or need to do or focus on. I like that. At the same time, though, I hate it because I'm a lonely person. I'm very lonely. I honestly am lonely on a romantic level. I mean, I've been raised so much along the lines of how, sex and everything like that should go out. I'm terrified of that, by the way. I'm extremely scared of sex. Not sure what exactly that has to do with it. But that's another thing, too, that also kind of goes into the worthless kind of thing. But, I mean, romantically, yes, I'm very fucking lonely. I hate being alone. And another thing, too, that scares me, and I know this is probably another irrational one, but is it really irrational? I'm afraid of being alone at night when there's nobody with me. Because you never know what could happen. I can't tell you how many times I've been alone on my own at night, and I've literally just sat there and lied there in my bed, freaking out a little bit and getting paranoid, thinking that somebody's going to break in and kill me, or that somebody is going to sit there and do something, or there's going to be some fucking stalker that's going to be staring outside of my window or whatever, and there's nobody there to help me with that. I know also that, people like myself shouldn't sit there and have that mentality. We should also have that, that understand that, you yourself are your own person. You need to sit there and live it how you want to live, and you need to understand that you're going to be alone at times. I get that, but it sucks. It freaking sucks for me. I mean, but with the relationship deal that I've just mentioned, I'm afraid of having a relationship with people. I don't know if anybody could even tolerate me as a person. I mean, I'm probably autistic, high-functioning autism most likely. I'm extremely immature at times, not on purpose, but it just happens. My mentality is not exactly as, my maturity levels are not as strong as they should be. And more importantly, I have a hard time learning things. Who the hell would want to deal with somebody like that? I mean, me being a loving person and everything is good and everything, but it's not, it's not going to sit there and pay the bills. It's not going to do any of those kind of things. It's a nice thing, and it's a good thing that should be given at many times as possible, but still, there's other kind of focuses that goes on there. But for me, I don't have the capability of really being able to understand it. I've tried learning this thing, and I'm not capable of being able to learn it. And it's not the fact that I don't try to. I fucking try all the time with this stuff. But it never works. And that gets me to another part of why uselessness is something I feel a lot. That didn't even make any fucking sense that I just said that. The main issue is that everything that I have tried doing in my life has only proven itself to be nothing else more but a big failure in the long run. I can't tell you how many times this has been the case for me. I have had numerous times and occasions where I would sit there and I would be passionate about something, and I would work so hard for something, and the next thing I know, it never goes by. The biggest one I can think I can help prove is the priesthood. That one was a long time kind of goal that I had, to be a priest. And when I realized that I couldn't be a seminarian because I had issues with a lot of learning capabilities and things like that, that killed me. That really hurt me in more ways than one, and ultimately killed any more desire for anything. I mean, and even it was even just little stuff too. Little stuff things like, doing what I should, like getting good grades or something like that. Trying to be better at a specific subject or doing any of those kind of things. I mean, they have all ended up in failure. Everything I've ever worked hard for has ultimately ended up in failure and me lying there in the fucking dirt. That's always how life has been for me. Whether it be an outside influence or an inside influence or whatever. It's a full fact that that happens. And it happens a lot. It really does happen a lot for me. Which is ultimately why I've sit there and just kind of adopted a mentality of I don't give a shit anymore. Why the fuck should I care? Why do I even care anymore? Everything that I've ever loved and learned is nothing else more but a big fat lie, like my religion, like Christianity, like religion in general. Nothing else more but a bunch of lies spat out by a bunch of old desert men thousands of years back, but there's no evidence to back these claims up. I don't know what to... This is the reason why I don't buy into the bullshit anymore. And I've realized that, why the hell do I even care? I kind of have more of a I don't care kind of mentality now. I shouldn't have that mentality, but I have it. It's unfortunate, but it's true. It's a painful mentality to live by because you never know what could happen. But that's another issue. I could wind up losing everything that I've worked so hard for in an instant, and I would literally be back down on my knees again. That could happen at any period in time. Whether it be with January with Article 13, or whether it could be people taking offense and copyrighting my work, falsely copyrighting it, but still. What else is there to do? Because you never know. You never truly know what could happen to you. And for me, knowing how I've always gotten the shit end of the stick, it wouldn't shock or surprise me. In fact, I've gotten so used to it that I just know I'm expecting it. I'm expecting everything to go downhill again, for life to go back to shit, and for me to be completely and utterly miserable knowing the fact that my life will never amount to much of anything. In fact, I remember even after leaving seminary, I thought about killing myself a few times. I thought about suicide. I hated living. I fucking hated living. Because I felt worthless. I felt that everything that I had honestly learned and believed in and everything, nothing but a big fat lie. and that I wasted all this time in my life that I will never ever get back. I've thought about it numerous times. Just getting a thing of pills or a knife and slitting my fucking throat or something. But then again, though, there would also be the burden along the lines of what to do with my body. You know, would I be cremated? Would I be buried? Who knows? And I don't want to sit there and put someone in that kind of financial problem. Which is why I don't do it now. I don't see the purpose of it now. I mean, you're basically just going to be more of a burden on people if you kill yourself. That's another reason why I don't do it. And it's a good motivator, honestly, for me. You know, it's a motivator for me not to do that. I don't believe in the bullshit religion anymore, or Yahweh, or whatever it may be, but I still have a motivation for not doing that. But even then, though, it has passed my mind a few times. More often than not, it's passed my mind. And sometimes it still, floats on every so often. But yeah. Am I a worthless person? To be completely honest, yes I am. I am a worthless person. I always will be a worthless person. I'm nothing else more but a tiny little speck on a small little dust cloud that is our Earth, floating about in an infinite galaxy of whatever. I mean, it's a cynical kind of way of going out, but it's the honest truth. I mean, hell, it's even gotten to the point now where I don't even bother with Christmas anymore. I remember being younger, loving Christmas, decorating, celebrating, but now I don't. I'm not saying I don't care for the holidays. I like the holidays. It's just, I'm just not as excited about it anymore than I always have, that I've been. I just don't really even bother. I mean, hell, I still have a Christmas tree up in my room. It's a tiny one, but still, I like it. I keep it up. But I don't decorate my room much. I used to decorate it like crazy with Christmas lights and everything. In fact, I even remember last year, 2018. Literally got every Christmas decoration that I could and put them all up by myself. Even hung up the lights on the house. I did all of that because I like the holidays. But now, honestly, I've just learned to understand that, it's just another day to me. I mean, it's a good day, but at the same time, though, it will be gone in ultimately an instant. And I can say one thing, though, that the idea of feeling useless has actually done some good for me. And that it's humbled me in a way. It's helped me to realize that, don't ever be extremely materialistic, which I have been in the past, but I wouldn't really say I'm so much that now. I mean, don't get things that you don't need, obviously. I mean, I'm still trying to break out of that one right there, because I do have a bit of an issue with that, especially when it comes to religious items. I mean, I don't see any reason why I keep buying any of it anymore. I don't buy into its bullshit, but still. I mean, it's that. And the fact of the matter that, you just gotta understand that whenever it gets to your time, what the hell is any of that gonna do for you? What is any of it gonna do for you in the end? I mean, you're gonna die, you're gonna be buried 6 feet under, or you're gonna be, burned up into, cremated into ashes, and then your existence is gonna be permanently gone. Or then again, we might go off to some other afterlife. We might even reincarnate. We don't know what there is in this life. I don't know, and I have no answers for it. I mean, but we could just be dead, and then that's it. We're just permanently dead. It's like, falling asleep, and there'd be nothing but blackness, and that's it. I know, and I mean, which, like I said, is a good thing to kind of think about, because it just means that you don't want to sit there and put so much materialism in your life. Because ultimately all those things are either going to be given to the state, or they're going to be given to your kids, or they're going to be given to your grandkids, or they're just most likely going to get taken by the state. Who knows? I mean, who honestly truly knows what could honestly happen with everything? I mean, I do understand, though, that life is about living the fullest. Making the most out of everything, and in a sense, being remembered. That's a good thing to think about, but that's not usually something that everybody thinks about, and that's usually the case with me. I don't know what my life is ultimately worth. I mean, my purpose right now is just doing what I'm doing now. And if worse comes to worse and I wind up losing everything, then yeah, I'm gonna feel like a piece of shit. I mean, that's just the case with me. I mean, I don't know what else to really say. I don't know what else to sit there and do. I mean, I know that many of you are going to comment down below saying how I'm not worthless, how I have a lot that I'm giving right now, and I thank you. I do. I mean, you all are helping me ultimately continue on with my existence in my life, but that doesn't exactly mean, though, that it's always going to go out well. It's just not going to do that all the time. I have to be honest on that one. Whenever you feel useless, you just feel like nothing even matters. I hope that changes. I truly hope that changes one day. I hope one day I can get a good boyfriend. I hope I find somebody who's willing to tolerate my crap and just love me for who I am and help me through these things. You know, even if it's baby steps. I hope one day to sit there and get a good job one day. You know, or if worst comes to worst, be a stay-at-home dad. You know, be that, because I know I'm good with I'm good with that. I'm really serious too. I'm good with house cleaning. Or maybe even one day being able to somehow be able to make the series that I make and live a comfortable life. I mean, that's ultimately the one few things that I'd be perfectly fine with. I mean, who's to say? I don't know what the future is going to hold for me, but I truly do hope that it's positive. But given the situations and everything, I don't know if it is going to be or not. I don't know what really to say. I don't know what else to keep on saying or doing now at this point. Just keep on doing what I'm doing, I guess. I mean, will it change much? Probably not. But who's to say? Well, that's pretty much all I have to say on here. Sorry if this was a lot more of a downer kind of video. I apologize for that, but I just kind of wanted to get this part out. I might consider doing these every so often to kind of get some things off my chest, because they really have been helping me a lot more. You know, especially after talking about my stepdad and abuse and everything. I might make another video based on something like that, maybe talking about the rest of my life, if you guys want me to. And I will make sure of it that I try it, but if anything, this helps me out a lot in many different ways. Thank you guys again for watching. If you're new here, make sure to like this video, make sure to comment down below, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification button so that you get updates for my brand new videos. And if anything, check out my other videos too. You would be really helping me. Every single view helps me be able to break the goals that I have in life. If you can help me do that, that would be amazing. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching today's episode. I'm the Shadow Reader, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.